Thanks, y'all. Madison is awesome. I got here last night, and I got held up briefly by 14,000 people in Waukesha County. They just came out of the woodwork. I have no idea what happened. But no, I got here after 10 minutes. I realized that this is a town where demonstrations are encouraged, where people ride bikes, where people talk to each other, where everyone is united for a cause, and that's awesome. I just want to give Madison like a round of applause. Like, you all are awesome doing what you do. I want to show you all something. This is something I like to do. This is $1, all right? This $1 that I have in my wallet, this is more than the combined income tax bill of Bank of America, Verizon, Pfizer, GE, FedEx, and 2/3 of US corporations.
Oh, no.
I want you to raise your hand if you think that's wrong. Good. I want you to keep your hand up if you're ready to do something about it. You all are doing something about it, and you continue to amaze me and everyone else. Hold up. I'm broke. I need this dog. Yeah, so I was talking to one of the founders of France Uncut and Portugal Uncut too. We were Skyping, and they said, yeah, we're really inspired by UK Uncut, which is the first Uncut movement, and US Uncut, but we're also really inspired by everyone marching for solidarity in Wisconsin. This is coming from France and Portugal. This is coming from Australia and Sudan, Canada, Mexico, Netherlands, Switzerland, 9 countries. Everyone is watching Wisconsin right now. You know who else is watching you all? Scott Walker. And he's frightened as hell.
Yeah.
So keep fighting the good fight. Keep doing what you're doing, and bring more people out here. I mean, this is something that's awesome, and you all are making history. This is the kind of thing that people are going to learn about in textbooks in high school. And they say, you know, when the Koch brothers and the corporate interests when their boot was on the neck of the American people, the working people of Wisconsin stood up. And then the working people of Ohio stood up. And then people in Michigan and Washington State and all over the country, everybody stood up and said, we've had enough, and we're taking our government back. And government is now going to be buying for the people instead of buying for the Koch brothers. So thanks again for everything that y'all are doing. That's all I have to say. I want to be here all weekend. I want to meet each and every one of you. I want to hear your stories. I want to dance with you. I want to take pictures with you. I want to like drink with you. I mean, let's all hang out and just be brotherly and sisterly. I mean, solidarity.
For those who don't know, Carl Gibson, Carl, I'm going to out you here. How old are you?
23.
23 years old, Mississippi, has been coordinating this movement that has struck fear into the hearts, their small hearts, of the corporate executives of Bank of America. So when you see US Uncut, know that this man took a step out to get us all together to build this movement in the United States, and we're really honored to have you here. Thank you. And now if you turn around for a moment, you will see coming to you a section of the working class in Wisconsin that has self-organized, that has established its own section in Capitol, worker co-op, owners and members marching up here to the state capitol to join us. Please give them a Wisconsin welcome. Solidarity! 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 Excellent. You can hear they got some noise coming. They're going to march around the Capitol, and then they'll join us. And while they're doing that, I ask you to turn around and come back up here and welcome our next speaker, Sue Pastor, executive staff at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. She'll be talking about a plan for the UW-Madison that I think all of us share some common concerns about. Please welcome Sue.
Well, I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to follow Carl Gibson. Want to assure the governors that I'm not putting that bag of kitty litter over my head. I'm sure none of the rest of you are either. And I realized on the way down here that I'm following in my daughter's footsteps. The last time a member of our family was up here, it was 2003. The Iraq invasion was just about to happen, and my daughter and 3 of her 5th grade friends were singing anti-war songs that they wrote right here. So pretty excited about that. I'm academic staff at the University university, most of my experience is in lecturing. I'm one of those highly paid, resource-sucking, parasite state employees. So if anybody needs a photo, bring it on right now. I want to be talking about the new Badger Partnership, which is not really a partnership with us Badgers at all, but really is a partnership with narrow corporate interests and a further step in the governor's agenda to channel resources away from the people of this state, our resources away from us, and toward more narrow corporate interests. So I'm going to be talking about how that is fundamentally undemocratic. In fact, it's an affront to democracy. I also want to say a little bit about the ways in which that plan is being sold to faculty and staff and students on campus, because I think there are some elements of that that are kind of seductive if you don't have the big picture. And finally, I want to ask for your participation in revisioning what democratic higher education will look like and taking back that university at the other end of the street for us. Wisconsin Wave is a very important part of that. I think down on the side there to my left, probably right over there, wave your hands. There are some buckets. Be generous with your donations and we'll all work together on that. So let's look at the issue of the ways in which the new Badger Partnership is undemocratic. First of all, we get what we're paying for. Right now, theoretically, the people of this state have some control, some ownership in the university through the fact that we provide public funds for it. Under the public authority model, which is being proposed, we won't do that anymore. Where are the resources going to come from to support the university? Well, one of the places, of course, is going to be increased tuition. Fewer people are going to have access to the university. Now, at the public forum about this, students asked the chancellor, what about rising tuition? What about the fact that it's going to be more important? And the chancellor said that we really had not yet begun to ask our alumni who love us for more funds. I want to be really clear that I'm one of those alumni. I'm guessing that there are some other alumni out there, and I don't think that you're wanting to foot the bill for an increasingly corporatized university by making private donations. You know, we've been asking whose house this is back here through these protests, and the time has come, I think, for us also to ask whose university that is at the other end of the street. Whose university?
Yeah. Our university.
Whose university?
Our university.
So in addition to rising tuition, another way that we're going to see the university funded is through an even tighter relationship with certain corporate interests, because we're going to need that money, and that's going to set our agenda. Let me give you an example of a way in which we are already headed in that direction. April 28, 2008, just about 2 years ago, the Halliburton Center was established on campus. As far as I can tell, without a peep. And I want to read from the UW-Madison press release from that time, because I want to get this right. A geoscience visualization lab that opened last week in Weeks Hall will add a new dimension to geology research and education. The resources were provided as a gift to the university with no mandated research program. Very generous, right? Said Halliburton, as a corporation, we want to connect with universities, invest in the next generation of geoscientists, and unlock new ways of thinking about problems. Sounds good, right?
No.
Well, except here's who Halliburton is. As you all know, a quick Google search brings up Cheney, Halliburton, circle of corruption, Pentagon whitewash for Halliburton corruption in Iraq, Halliburton serves contaminated water to troops, Nigeria's corruption case against Cheney and Halliburton. How ready do you think this new generation of scientists who have been funded and had their research funded generously by a subsidiary of Halliburton, how quickly quick are those people going to be to criticize this corrupt agenda of their benefactor? That's a reason why